If you're not sleeping well, gaining weight more easily, or your hormones suddenly feel off, your mitochondria may actually be part of the problem. I'm Dr. Nirvana, and today I want to show you 3 key nutrients that help your mitochondria make energy while also supporting your metabolism and the systems involved in hormone balance. This becomes especially important during perimenopause because as estrogen and progesterone fluctuate, a lot of women notice their body simply doesn't respond the way it used to. You may not sleep as deeply, your energy becomes unpredictable, weight starts accumulating around the middle, and even a workout that once energized you can suddenly leave you depleted. It's easy to blame all of that on hormones, but hormones don't work in isolation. Your mitochondria are tiny structures inside your cells that turn the food into usable energy, and they're connected to your metabolism, brain, muscles, stress response, and hormonal environment. Estrogen also interacts with mitochondrial function, so when estrogen begins fluctuating and eventually declines, the way your body produces and uses energy may change too. One of the first nutrients I think about for cellular energy is magnesium. Magnesium participates in hundreds of reactions throughout your body, but one of its most important jobs involves ATP, the molecule your cells use as energy. Magnesium is required for ATP to function properly, so it matters for everything from energy and metabolism to muscle function. Magnesium also supports many of the areas women begin struggling with during perimenopause, including sleep, muscle relaxation, blood sugar regulation, nervous system function, and the stress response. So, when a woman tells me she's suddenly sleeping poorly, feeling more anxious, waking exhausted, or noticing metabolic changes, I don't automatically assume estrogen and progesterone explain everything. I also want to know whether her body has the nutritional building blocks it needs to adapt to those hormonal changes. You can get magnesium from leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and beans, and supplementation can also be helpful when appropriate. But more isn't automatically better, particularly if you have kidney disease or take certain medications. So this should always be individualized. The second group is B vitamins. Several B vitamins act as cofactors in the pathways your mitochondria use to turn carbs, fats, and proteins into usable energy. B1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 all participate in energy metabolism, while folate and B12, they are important for processes such as methylation and healthy red blood cell production. B6 also participates in neurotransmitter production. So these nutrients affect much more than whether you simply feel energetic. That becomes really relevant during perimenopause because this isn't just a reproductive transition. Women often notice changes in their mood, cognition, sleep, insulin sensitivity, body composition, and resilience to stress. If you're already deficient in nutrients needed to support those systems, the hormonal transition may make those weaknesses a lot more noticeable. But taking enormous doses of B vitamins doesn't automatically give you more energy. The goal isn't to megadose your way into better mitochondrial function. It's to make sure your body actually has what it needs, especially if you have a restrictive diet, digestive or absorption problems, take certain medications, or simply aren't getting enough variety in your diet. The third nutrient is CoQ10. And this one has a particularly interesting relationship with the mitochondria. CoQ10 plays a direct role in the electron transport chain, one of the major systems your mitochondria use to make ATP. You don't need to remember the science term. What matters is that CoQ10 helps your cellular energy machinery do its job. Your body produces CoQ10 naturally, but levels can decline with age. And think about the timing. Perimenopause occurs during the same stage of life when women may also begin experiencing changes in muscle mass, insulin sensitivity, exercise recovery, and cardiovascular risk. So you have a changing hormonal environment happening alongside changes in metabolism and cellular energy production. CoQ10 also acts as an antioxidant, helping your body manage some of the oxidative stress created naturally during energy production. Over time, excessive oxidative stress can influence cellular function, metabolism, and how resilient your tissues are. Now, none of this means CoQ10, magnesium, or B vitamins are hormone therapy. They're nutrients that support systems your hormones depend upon, and that distinction matters. Sometimes women are told every uncomfortable change during perimenopause is simply hormonal and something they have to live with. At the other extreme, they're told one supplement will fix everything. Neither gives you the whole picture. If you're not sleeping well, your blood sugar is becoming less stable, or you're losing muscle. Those changes can affect how resilient you feel during perimenopause. Your body also needs enough protein and micronutrients to produce energy and maintain healthy tissue, while your gut needs to absorb those nutrients and your liver needs to process and eliminate hormone metabolites. And this is where your gut becomes incredibly important. Your gut does much more than digest food. It influences how well you absorb many of the nutrients while interacting with inflammatory signaling, blood sugar regulation, and the way certain hormone metabolites are processed and eliminated. So, if your gut isn't functioning well, simply adding magnesium, B vitamins, CoQ10, or even another supplement may not address the bigger problem. You also have to ask whether you're actually absorbing and utilizing what you're giving your body. That's why I created my free gut health guide. It walks you through some of the foundational things I look at when supporting a healthier gut environment, especially when hormones, metabolism, and inflammation are part of the picture. You can download it using the link in the description below. And if this video is helping you understand perimenopause differently, take a second to like the video and subscribe to my channel. It lets me know you want more content connecting hormones, metabolism, gut health, and what's actually happening inside your body instead of looking at every symptom separately. The bigger lesson is that perimenopause isn't simply about changing hormones, also about how your entire body adapts to that changing hormonal environment. Your mitochondria need to keep producing energy. Your muscles need enough fuel and stimulation to stay metabolically active. Your brain needs raw materials for neurotransmitters. Your liver needs to process hormones, and your gut needs to absorb nutrients and help eliminate what your body no longer needs. That's why magnesium, B vitamins, and CoQ10 are three nutrients worth paying attention to. They support different parts of the energy-producing machinery your body relies on every day, but no supplement can replace the foundations. I would much rather see a woman eating nutrient-dense food with enough protein to preserve muscle, using resistance training to give that muscle a reason to stay around, protecting her sleep, and paying attention to her gut and blood sugar than simply collecting more supplements. And rather than guessing which nutrients you need, I prefer looking at the individual woman and understanding where her body actually needs support, because the goal during perimenopause isn't to chase every new symptom with another supplement. It's to understand why your body is changing and how these systems are connected, then give your body what it needs to adapt. If you found this helpful, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with another woman who feels like her body is suddenly changed in midlife. And don't forget to download my free gut health guide using the link below. I'm Dr. Nirvana, and I'll see you in the next video.